Welcome to Sideline Sports, where we give you an up-close and personal look at the teams, coaches, and athletes that make up the South Sound. Here's your host, Jeff Slakey.
Welcome to the show. This week, Shelton Swim and Dive, the High Climbers are ready for state. Shelton battling Kelso on the court. The High Climbers facing top-ranked Lincoln in boys basketball. And the game of the week is the 30th annual Matt Classic.
This portion of Sideline Sports is brought to you in part by
Mason General Hospital, United Community, Empowered People, Exceptional Health. Shelton boys swim and dive will be well represented at next weekend's state tournament.
Shelton Swim and Dive have earned a trip back to Federal Way next weekend to compete in the WIAA Swim and Dive State Championships. Junior Sam Wolmer qualified in the 100-yard individual freestyle for Shelton and was part of the High Climbers 200 medley relay qualifying team. The High Climbers are also waiting on 2 wildcard entries in the 50-yard freestyle and 400 freestyle relay that will be announced next Monday. Shelton Swim and Dive head coach Chad Youngquist likes the advantage his swimmers get with a 2-week break in between districts and state playoffs.
We're the only district that has our district meet this early, so we have a 2-week break, which is for sprints. That's great. We have a lot of time to work on refinement, relay exchanges, and Sam's backstroke. Gives us time to look at the little detail things.
Caleb Matheny will be the lone senior representing Shelton at the state championships. Caleb will swim butterfly for the High Climbers in the 200 medley relay. Despite being the only senior, Caleb shares his leadership role with underclassmen Sam Wolmer and Tyler Youngquist.
You know, I'm not the only person who's leading the team. They're really good leaders, honestly. So it is a little weird that I'm the only senior, but at the same time, it's like they're surrogate seniors.
Tyler Youngquist, a sophomore for the High Climbers, will be swimming the breaststroke in the 200 medley relay. Tyler was part of 2 Shelton State relay teams last season as a freshman. He admits competing at state is both an exciting and nerve-wracking experience.
It's scary. It's the pool they have, it's a bulkhead, so you can't see the ground, you can't see the wall in front of you. So it's new because we don't have that kind of pool here. So it's really nerve-wracking, but the adrenaline, there's nothing like it.
State gets underway Friday, February 16th from the King County Aquatic Center in Federal Way. I'm Sean Wells for iFiber One Sports.
Sideline Sports is being brought to you in part by
The Gillis Auto Center. At Gillis, you're covered forever. A trip to the second round of district playoffs was on the line for Shelton girls basketball.
Shelton girls basketball traveled to Kelso Wednesday night in first-round district playoff action. Both teams got off to a fast start with Kelso leading 16-14 after the first quarter. The Highlanders caught fire beyond the arc in the second quarter, taking a 36-23 lead into halftime. Alexis Clevin led Kelso at the break with 12 points, including 3 three-pointers. A back-and-forth third quarter had Kelso leading 53-37. Shelton would cut the lead down to 10 with 5 minutes remaining, but tough Kelso defense would keep the Highlanders on top, knocking off the High Climbers 68-55. Alexis Clevin finished with a game-high 25 points for Kelso. Kylan Powell led all scorers for Shelton with 18 points. The High Climbers next face North Thurston in a must-win game Friday at 6 p.m. from North Thurston High School. I'm Sean Wells for iFiber One Sports.
Sideline Sports is being brought to you in part by
The High Climbers were looking to shock the number 2 team in the state in district playoff action.
It was the first round of district playoffs for Shelton boys basketball Thursday night at undefeated Lincoln. The Abes jumped out on top early, doubling up Shelton 22-11 after the first quarter. Shelton would keep pace with Lincoln in the second quarter, down 38-27 at halftime. Tough defense led to fast break offense for Lincoln in the second half as they knocked off the High Climbers 79-48. Emmett Linton led all scorers for the Abes with 17 points. Lincoln finished with 4 players in double figures. Ty Thompson and Jason Kenyon led Shelton with 10 points apiece. The High Climbers next face Lakes High School in a must-win game Saturday at 12 p.m. at Rogers High School in Puyallup. I'm Sean Wells for iFiber One Sports.
Some other scores for you in boys basketball: Capital 66, Lakes 58, Timberline over Stadium 77-48, and Peninsula over Central Kitsap 59-46. In girls basketball, Lincoln over Yelm 71-28, Gig Harbor 73, Evergreen 44, and Yelm over Lakes 51-43. Our game of the week is local wrestlers competing in the 30th annual Matt Classic. 3 Shelton wrestlers and 3 North Mason wrestlers will be representing Mason County at the Tacoma Dome. Quinn Lacey will be making a return trip to state for Shelton, along with newcomers Robert Allred and Eamon Anderson. North Mason wrestlers Juan Miguel, Jesus Miguel, Miguel Gaspar Hernandez, and Wiley Rice will be representing the Bulldogs. Competition starts Friday morning and runs through Saturday in Tacoma. Upcoming games in boys basketball: Shelton versus Spanaway Lake, Lincoln versus Timberline, and Kelso versus North Thurston. For girls basketball, Bethel versus Gig Harbor, North Thurston versus Timberline, and Yelm versus Wilson. This has been another presentation of Sideline Sports. I'm Jeff Slakey.